I guess the thudding, the throbbing of the must be the space bar. Hey, everybody out there in YouTube world, what's going on? This is our first ever live. Pretty stoked about it. But we're going in. We know some things we want to talk about, and I can't wait. I hope for those of you who have seen the channel at this point, we have 10 subscribers, and I'm pumping out this really cool content. It's like active pictures with sound effects and stuff. And you actually get to hear the podcast, but it seems like you're outside near a fire. So that's pretty cool. The campfire's pretty warm, especially during the summer. But anyway, I'm just gonna jump into just bringing up a lot about where I see this YouTube going. But I really like making these kind of videos, so you will be seeing much more of those. We're not going to have every one of our podcasts on there, pretty much just because of YouTube's policy. I just don't want our channel to get flagged or shut down or anything, so just need to be careful there. But you can always find our podcast. We have it on our website, cryptowarfare.com, and also you can check us out on Spotify and iTunes. And if you're here in YouTube, well, I guess you are here on YouTube watching this video, then up on the what do you call this box up here? Up in the image box, you can actually see the iTunes link and then our social medias, so you can connect with us, and that would be cool. So if you have any stories or encounters, you can connect with us there. And I'm going to start pumping out a lot of shorts with I'm going to first start with 50 shorts covering cryptids in every state. And they're going to be semi straight to the point, but full of juicy detail. You can share that with your friends. You can share the shorts with your friends, or just what you learned from the little video to your friends. But yeah, I have other things to talk about, but I just don't want to diarrhea out the mouth and steal the light from Drewski. And that's Drewski right there. Sexy little meat muffin. Look at I think he's going to his happy place.
Yeah.
That's what it's like having a lot of kids. We just gotta keep it low sometimes. My little man is sleeping in the other room. His is sleeping in the other room. Well, not together, but we're at our own houses. But anyway, I'm sure that you saw with my shorts. Kind of been using other people's shorts because, man, there are so many freaking shorts out there. And if you ever start a YouTube channel, man, you just use somebody else's stuff, because sometimes it's not really worth making the same video if somebody already did it. You just give them the credit, because that's what I don't mind doing it all, because there are just a lot of creative minds out there.
All right, here we go. Sorry, I had to take care of some stuff. All right. Okay, so we got a. Can you hear me good?
Yes.
You sure? Are you there?
Oh yeah, I'm
Okay,
pulling
cool.
I'm pulling up iTunes or not iTunes. In another window, I actually have YouTube pulled up. So if there are any comments or anything, maybe
I
I'll
tell
be
you
able to.
what. Let's talk about the events that are coming up.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Let's talk about Paracon coming up.
Man, I'm super stoked, and especially the fact that it's in our own backyard. It's about 2.5 hours away from where we're at, and there's so much to do out there in Well, Chattanooga, for those of you who don't know and who aren't local to Tennessee.
Where's old Chad at? Oh, Chad.
Oh, Chatty Chat. I
It's
went to our
actually
YouTube.
in Morristown. It's not in Where's Morristown at?
Oh crap! Never mind. I was way off.
Yeah, you were. Jeez, I don't know where you got Chad from.
For some reason, I thought he said he was from. I don't know. I thought he said it was going to be in Chattanooga. Maybe I
No,
just what he was
it's
talking
in
about where it's from. I
Morristown.
was thinking of Chattanooga because it's such a fun
Yeah.
place to visit.
Okay, so guys, if you guys are open on the 28th and 29th of April, it's going to be called the East Tennessee Paracon. It's going to be in Morrisontown. So I have no idea where that's at. Zook can probably put this in the show notes.
Maryville. I'm trying to think. I wonder if it's out like around Knoxville. Maybe around Tony's backyard. No,
Who
I think he's close
knows?
to Mayorville. Never mind.
Hey, you guys hear that? Oh. So,
Ow! My head explodes.
yeah,
Sound like a
no.
little BB gun shooting a train.
But anyways, guys, yeah, the tickets are. Whew, math's bad if you can't stand your own funk. The tickets are $20 for a Friday and Saturday pass. That's actually a really good deal. So $20.
Yeah, especially
And
yeah, the big speakers and everything who are going to be there, the events that are going to take place
oh yeah,
before, after, and during. Like,
I will go over the speakers here in a bit, but you also get a Bigfoot hunt. You get to go on a Bigfoot hunt, but that's $100. And then if you want to be an indoor vendor, that's $100. It's not bad.
yeah.
If you want the ghost hunt ticket, that's $100. That's actually pretty cool.
And careful, that stuff can follow you home.
It can,
FYI.
it can, yeah. So yeah, Zick, why don't we go into that real quick, and I'll find out who is talking, and you can just kind of go into the whole aspect, like in the nuts and bolts on like a. Basically, you can go into the cliff notes on why it's a little dangerous ghost hunting if you really
Oh,
don't know what
perfect.
you're
Yeah.
doing.
Well, Drewski and I were both Christians, proud followers of Jesus. And before I was a Christian, I used to do a lot of haunted house investigations and go out to like haunted woods, graveyards, cemeteries, properties, and things like that, abandoned areas. And it is so wild. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, but that stuff really does follow you. And after I became a Christian, I don't know, it was a different sense I started having. Not only at that point did the Holy Spirit enter me, but I'm like, man, we really are souls with bodies. And it's so crazy how so many things can that we don't even notice, but can really affect us spiritually, because there really is a spiritual war going on. And whenever there is opportunity, the enemy, aka how we view it, is the devil and demons. And there's only one devil. And a lot of time, FYI, when somebody talks about, oh, the devil just maybe stubbed my toe or something, a buddy of mine, he'll say, man, the devil wouldn't, take time out of his day just to do that.
Yeah, the
Like, it was
devil's
just
got bigger
clumsy.
fish to fry.
Yeah, man, they're like
He's
literally
got a world to take
people to
over.
kill, lives to take. Like, I mean, it's crazy. So anyway, but demons, man, they can. I don't know how much they outnumber us, but they outnumber us a lot. Um, so yeah, there's many demons attached or can be attached or try to attack one person. And after you're a Christian, yeah, I mean, you can't get possessed or anything from them, but because you are protected by the Holy Spirit. But I mean, they
But you
can
can get oppressed.
bother you. Yes, you can definitely get
You can't get
oppressed.
oppressed. Yeah. The difference between possession and oppression is possession means the demon enters you from the inside and controls you eventually and all that stuff. Oppression means he's on top of you. You feel like he's almost like a blanket just covering you, but he can't get inside you because you're protected by the Holy Spirit. But he can just basically just make you feel depressed, sad, angry, whatever. But
It's so
yeah,
wild because I mean, I had a lot of that, especially when I was battling back and forth just before becoming a Christian. I think it was like 1 to 2 months when I
yeah,
was back and forth about getting baptized and um, all that. The house I was living at, as you know, was so full of so many demonic things. I mean, it was ridiculous. And there was a practicing witch who lived there, and then a possessed roommate, and I really believe she was possessed. And it was so crazy, and I literally would almost feel like I was being choked, but nobody was there, and my whole body was smothered. Literally, some days it felt like I couldn't even move. It was like walking through quicksand, and I'm not even kidding. Like just walking around the house by myself. And I was not saved by, um, or I didn't have the Holy Spirit once again or anything, but I could feel a lot of stuff starting to happen to me. And I briefly did. I know like there was something that briefly like did possess me while living there. But it was weird. I was like the backseat driver to my mind and my body. It was really, really weird. Um, but yeah, I was definitely oppressed when there, but it was a physical force that was, I feel like a ping pong ball. Like it was weird. It would just move me in different places around the house. And,
yeah.
um, I'd walk a certain way and then it would feel like something was repelling me. It was really, really weird. But anyway, yeah, out of that now. but it's just so weird how that works. And a lot of that stuff I know followed me like for quite a while. Um, but now like I don't, since that's what there's so much freaking power in prayer and fasting. Like it works wonders. I mean, that's what Jesus tells us to do. And is it easy all the time? No. But is it worth it? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, oftentimes things that are actually worth having are hard to obtain. But
Yeah.
challenges. You can just learn a lot through life's challenges, and God will show you and teach you things. Oh, and he left me again. I'm just kidding. Oh, well, I don't know if it's too early for me to say this. He's gone, so I'm going to say it. But somebody we're going to be interviewing. Um, we are actually at the beginning of summer. I believe we're going to be doing some field research out there. And I am not kidding when I say this. I'm a little uneasy about it because there are several different types of cryptids that are around this area, and some that I didn't even know were local to Tennessee. Um, they're more common up north and far out west, uh, which for them being supernatural, I mean they can really be wherever they want to be. But I've just heard more personal testimonies and stories from north and west. Um, but yeah, I'm definitely going to document that, and that will be that whole thing will be documented and put into our Patreon group for our membership. And yeah, and if you guys are interested in the membership, we can let you know more about it. I'm still working on the website to get that up and going. But once it's up and going, oh, dudes, like there's dudes and dudettes, excuse my French. There's going to be so much just value and and really fun stuff on there, and you get to hang out with Drewski and I more, and we can actually have more one-on-one chats, and you'll be part of a private group, so you will be an exclusive member to the CWC crew, and you also, I'm still working on this as well, but we're going to have merch, and you can get discounts on our merch as well. And it's a thought I'm playing around with. You can let me know if it's good or not, but I want to actually have guests guests who are big in like the cryptozoology world. Just make some appearances sometimes, or probably not cryptozoology, just cryptids, conspiracies. But yeah, I can see if I can make that happen sometime in the future. Well, actually, I know I can make that happen because I'm incredibly persistent. But I'm trying to think. I didn't really talk about this a whole lot, but man, this was many, many years ago. Gosh, like 12 years ago. There is this church, I think about an hour from where I'm at, currently in Murfreesboro. And they say that if you go there late at night, I don't know if it was a certain time of the year or something, but there is a Bible that actually lights up. It's illuminated, and me and my friends went out there, and of course, like a sheriff, saw us going there waiting. We were about to jump the gate and go investigate, and the sheriff just said that was some silly story. Some kids did go there, and they ended up going inside of this old church and vandalizing some things. And I'm like, man, it takes just a group of people, even one person, to ruin it for everybody else. Ooh, I love that sound.
Oh yeah, I feel way better.
Oh yeah.
Sorry guys, I had to go ring the root real quick. Anyways, yeah, but Zuck, where do we leave off? Where did you stop at?
Let's see. Oh, um, ooh, nice hostess.
Mm.
I was just I stopped. Yeah, just talking about like I said, you have to. I'm trying to think because I kept talking. Well, I was bringing up some ideas that I had for well, not ideas, things that are going to happen to the membership, and seeing what they think about some things that we could potentially add in the future.
Okay.
And just before that, still talking about some of the things I dealt with living in that house, and yeah, and now
We basically just like bounced around.
yeah.
Got it. Cool. We're gonna bounce around even more. We're gonna
Ooh,
go. We're gonna go back to Eastern Tennessee Paracon. Um,
ooh, bring it.
Well, they're actually having comedians there. This is cool.
Oh
They're
no!
having Jamie Simpson, and they're having Jeff Foxworthy. I can't believe that.
Ooh, and we're gonna get some backstage patches. Wait, patches, um, passes. There we go.
Yeah,
So
I'm
late at night, that'll
also
be pretty fun.
yeah, I'm also excited too, guys, that we're going to be going on a Bigfoot hunt at the last weekend in June. So it's going to
Oh yeah,
be
yeah, that's what I was telling them a little bit about. And I said,
yeah,
man, there are like cryptids, several different types that I didn't even know were native to this area. So it's gonna be pretty interesting. But yeah, guys, that'll definitely be in the located in the member on the membership site. There we go.
yeah, definitely. Zick will definitely, since Zick was a videographer, that's what he did for a while, and
Yeah.
he will get some juicy vids and stuff like that. So,
Mm-hmm.
hmm
The
but
audio too
that,
would be nice, so you can listen to it.
yeah, hear somebody scream
Probably me.
as they're using the
Hi, Pitch
bathroom.
Schoolgirl. It's me. Yeah, something like that. It's just my dude.
I know, trying to squeeze it out.
And if you hear
Yeah,
somebody go, it's tea.
it's T just throwing up. And then at April 1st, basically at the end of the month, there's Encounter Quest.
Counter
I'm
quest,
really
quest,
I'm really
quest.
excited about that. Hold up, let me show you guys something.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm excited too, guys. To see this reptile.
All right, I'm gonna brag because me and Zook have the first shirts from Encounter Quest because nobody's got them yet because they haven't sold them. So here's what they look like. Here's what they look like.
Dude, isn't that freaking rad? I'm excited to wear that freaking every day, not even wash it.
How cool is that? And look who the vendors are.
Dang, that shirt is so freaking clean. Like,
Oh yeah, Cryptid HQ. They're really cool.
I,
Got knockers.
it's a pickup line I used in
Yeah.
high school.
FYI,
Never worked.
this is Zuck. So yeah.
Oh, you missed a spot.
You have to guess where it's at.
I put it on my head, and I'm. Is that a hair?
Anyways, yeah. So it's called Encounter Quest. So basically, uh, a good friend of ours named Jessica Mora. She is basically kind of like the CEO, I guess, of it, like the executive who planned everything and who did it. And then her partner, his name is Kim Rustu. So she's the one who helped do that. So they're in the process of getting food vendors and stuff like that. So their speakers they're having, dude, this is a heavy, heavy lineup on their speakers. So they got basically on their speakers they got let's see. All right, here we are. Ron Moorhead.
Mm.
If you guys don't know who Ron Moorhead is, you haven't been in the cryptid world longer than you thought. Ron Moorhead is like the Indiana Jones when it comes to Bigfoot. So if you don't know who Ron Moorhead is, go do your research. This dude's been on a lot of TV shows. Yeah, he's been on a lot of like Animal Planet stuff like that. So Ron Moorhead is like the guy. He's been known for decades, like scientifically studying Bigfoot and stuff like that. And then of course you got your New York City Squatch Watchers. Those guys are pretty big. Oh yeah, I try to hit those guys up. Those are the guys who gave me the whole long list of what the interview is going to be about.
Oh, dang.
Yeah,
I
so
know.
yeah,
Like, is it a
yeah,
job?
yeah. No, I feel like I'm applying for the FBI here. I feel like I'm applying back
I
when I
know.
was a cop,
We
when I
should at
was in
least get a
law
T-shirt or
enforcement.
something.
I know. Who's your neighbor 10 years ago? And then
What
we
was your
got
first group?
Daryl Sims. He's an alien hunter by trade. No joke.
Dude, I wonder if we can like reach out to uh
Well, what I
Jessica
can
and
do
see if
is,
she can
yeah,
connect
I can.
us.
So basically, Daryl Sims, he's an alien hunter, the world's the world's leading expert on alien abductions. his 38 plus years in the field of research, and he has focused on physical evidence, led to his groundbreaking discoveries on alien implants and alien, basically like
Really?
fluoroclides and stuff like that. He's a former military police officer. He's a CIA operative.
Hmm.
Sims has a unique insight to the alien organization, which he believes functions similarly to an intelligence agency, which, yeah, Men in Black, stuff like that. Sims is also a compassionate and skilled therapist who has helped hundreds of alien experiences all over the world come to terms with what they've witnessed. So, yeah, I'm going to try to hit Jessica up on this one, see if we can get him on the show for sure. So, I don't see why not, but I'm pretty excited about that one. So, yeah, this guy knows his stuff. And then you have Cryptids of the Corn podcast. Those guys are going to be on there. And look, remember this guy? His name's Kenny W. Irish. You saw him at the Dogman convention.
Oh yeah, I felt bad. I borrowed a Sharpie from him and I didn't give it back to him in time. Whenever he's doing all this signing,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
freaking Tony Merkel, he was distracting us with great conversation. And no, I'm just kidding. I think I just forgot. But yeah, I
Yes.
felt really bad.
Well, anyways, he's a crypto punkologist, is what he calls himself. The crypto punkologist. So I'm
I see it.
gonna,
It's a tie.
yeah. So
Danger tie.
I'm gonna reach out to him tonight. So he's pretty interested on jumping on the podcast. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Oh, rad.
Um, and
Cool.
then, okay, on our next podcast, this is gonna be good. Next Saturday, we're gonna be interviewing. Let me go to the show notes real quick. Okay, we're gonna be interviewing this woman named Farah. She has a podcast. I wish you guys would check it out. It's called the Conversation Cabin Podcast. So she should be going live tomorrow. Um, anyways, yeah. So she's out of the Tennessee area too. But yeah,
I think
we're
it's her first ever
interviewing.
live, right?
Yeah, so we're gonna be interviewing her, and she's had a lot of things happen on her property, so it's going to be good. So it's going to be a mix between black shadows, Sasquatches, aliens, UFOs. So it's going to be juicy. And then after that, me and Zook are going to be on a guest on a podcast. You guys should look up
Cryptid
Cryptid
Hunt.
Huntress.
Yeah.
She is a big deal on YouTube. Her real name's Jessica Jones. She's been in the game for a while, but she's got like four other like YouTube and podcast channels. So she's a hardcore working woman. So she's basically going to ask us about our basically about how we got into it and like our encounters and stuff when it comes to Bigfoot and cryptids and stuff. So I'm pretty excited about that. Zook, if you want to go into a brief nuts and bolts, like real quick preview of how did you get into cryptids?
A lot of supernatural occurrences and things that I dealt with growing up kind of left me super open minded, and I always have had a curiosity for the unknown since I was a kid. And there was my first ever opportunity back in 2015 to go on my first ever Bigfoot hunt, which is where I met Drewski. And it was a bust, but it was still a lot of fun because we went out in the woods. Like, dude, it's freaking crazy. Okay, I will say that if you go out hunting, not hunting,
Cover
looking for
yourself in petroleum jelly and
Sasquatch.
just run around. No, I'm
Do
just
what?
joking.
Oh yeah,
Just joking.
inside joke guy.
Glug, glug,
So,
glug, glug,
so if
glug.
you're the guy who did this, then you know exactly who we're talking about. Which that was amazing, by the way. I wish I was there. But yeah, when we went, man, a lot of people they ended up drinking until they were basically drunk, and they would take they just weren't being very safe. I don't want to say a whole lot about what was going on, but yeah, just be very safe, and especially if you carry certain items on you. And we did have
AKA
a little
guns.
flamethrower, by the way. I'm just kidding. It wasn't it was one of those ones to make a little campfire. Nothing crazy. But yeah,
Campfire.
there was a funny part I just want to share. But I think the second night we were there, we were
This is it
divided up
right
into
here.
two groups. One group went down the trail. Oh my gosh, it's so epic! If you could
Okay,
zoom
who's
in on the
that
beautiful
guy?
B footage, what do you call it?
Okay,
Um,
all right. We see the
you see
gray
the guy
guy.
holding the axe.
I'm next to him with the big old tactical shotgun and bullets and everything and tac vest, and Zook is right next to me in the vest with the axe.
Yeah, Medina and I haven't changed very much at all. Like, he's still
Nope.
hardcore, and I'm just the axe guy. But maybe I'll just get a Swiss Army knife one day. Who knows? Be extra
Yeah.
cool. But yeah, the second night we were there, we divided up into groups, and it was funny. The host or the leader of the group was asking where I want to go, and I instantly looked over to Drewski and the other guys, and I'm like, I want to go with them because they know how to protect themselves. And so I went with them, and it was pretty cool. Like, whenever you go to a place in the woods and it just gets dead quiet, like there was no wind, you didn't hear the rustling of twigs, leaves. I didn't even hear anybody breathing. It was weird. Um, that normally means, because I researched it, but there's a predator nearby, and there were also I think we went to scope out the area before we went. But yeah, there were like trees that ended up they were stacked together almost like they were making a teepee of some sort. And I
Yeah,
mean
they're
trees, not
yeah,
branches. I mean they were
I'll show
freaking
you
massive.
guys. Basically, almost looking like this, kind
Yes,
of.
I mean out there, dude, they don't play. Like
Yeah,
it's just really
it's called.
interesting.
Remember this look?
Oh, dude, it's been a while, but yeah,
It's been a
a
while
good
since
time.
I have
Yeah.
hold my head up high. Anyways, as you guys know, I'm not a singer, so
Nor am I. I pretend like I am,
mm,
but everybody's a pro singer in the shower.
yes.
Um,
When they're
and
trying to
also
push
for
when they're
cryptid,
trying to push out a turd, they start to turn screamo.
and it's been a while. That's like Slipknot music. But anyway, like Crypticon is November, I think 18th and 19th
Yep, 18th and
this year, and
19th.
they're potentially we're trying to see how much a table costs because we're definitely going to get a table if first and foremost
Well,
if they're not
yeah.
already booked out.
Well, they're not. They actually, I got the email because I got on the list, so I got the email on when they would release it, and they released it like at 10 o'clock at night, or like 11 o'clock at night. That's when I got the ding, and that's when I talked to you. Hey, I'm gonna fill this out. So I did. So I did it
That's
pretty
okay,
fairly
but
quick.
we will definitely be there.
Yeah, for sure. Either way, we'll be there.
Because we definitely want to meet some of our fans for sure, and that'll be a great place just to mingle, hang out, and then maybe a few of you, because there are a lot of people listening to the podcast. But we'll definitely go eat at that restaurant if it's in the same little what do you call it, convention center. I mean,
Yeah,
because it was at a pretty nice place last time,
yeah, it
just
was.
off the interstate.
It's
Well,
that's just I don't like that's weird. I don't like saying fans. That's weird because we just started. That's weird.
oh yeah,
I feel just like
followers.
I feel like the new guy. Um, yeah, just guys, that's how I am. I'm a little weird. I'm like, these guys have podcasts, like I look up
Well,
to
it's
all these
so.
guys, even though I'm kind of we're doing the same thing, but I don't know. I just feel still like a freaking rookie at this, which I am.
Yeah,
But
me
yeah,
too. I just talk a lot, mainly
yeah.
mainly to myself and my
Diarrhea
DJ
at the
friend.
mouth, guys. That was his name
Yeah,
on the radio. DJ Diarrhea.
diarrhea lips. You know, I made this YouTube video. It was called "Dear Diarrhea."
Dude, okay. So you guys might luck out if you guys go. You guys might meet Majestic Mike.
Oh
So
my
we're gonna
god,
have him on the podcast every now and then to check in. So
dude! Yeah, he's
he
been wanting to
is
know. He's been asking
he
Medina,
is
like,
a West Coast cryptid hunter. West Coast, like
"Oh, dude, yeah,
California.
man, he's been doing it since he was like 5.
Yeah,
He was
like
born into it,
he
pretty much bred into it."
came out saying cryptid.
Yeah, cryptid warfare. Let's go. Like, yeah, he's a really funny guy.
Yeah,
But his wife hates him,
she
like with
does,
a passion.
and I feel bad, but he don't
Just
care. It's all
yeah,
good.
no.
He is who he
Majestic
is.
Mike is just himself.
Yeah.
Straight up all the way. I mean, he don't freaking care. And and, and yeah, he's just waiting on Drewski to get back to him. He's been literally messaging him every day
I know it's
about
kind of
being
getting
on the
annoying.
podcast. Yeah, he's a little bit of an annoying fella.
That's all right though. We'll get him on. We'll get him on. We'll try to get him on a serious one. We'll try to get him on when we get
Oh
Derek
man,
over
he
and his
can't
wife.
wait. Oh man, that guy just never
Oh yeah.
shuts up.
Oh yeah. Anyways, so what's the next episode we're coming out with? The next one
Oh yeah,
is
we're
it
gonna be having
DG?
Gary. No, sorry, not Gary.
Is it DG Derek Gilbert coming
Yeah.
up?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna be cutting
Okay.
up his, and just so you guys know, I hope you're ready because I've been working on some more jokes. So when it opens up, of course, I'm gonna give a shout out to Encounterfest and Paracon, not Encounterfest. Wait, Quest, Encounterfest,
Wow.
Encounter Quest, and East Tennessee Paracon. Um, and yeah, I'm gonna have some pretty funny jokes I've been thinking about this time.
What
Oh
kind of
no.
jokes? Let's hear it.
Okay, for those of you listening, well, one, I'm gonna say, my two life regrets would be, I guess, that itch I got after coming back from Vegas, and the other one would be farting in an elevator, and then as I walked out, a family of five stepped in, and dude, it was funny. You can hear him gagging and stuff. Anyway, yeah, so those are my two big life regrets, and my third and fourth one would be if I didn't make it to Paracon or Encounter Quest. There it is.
Well, you ain't making a 10 counter quest. I know that.
No, not at all. No. So I already hate my life. I'm going to cry myself to sleep April 1st. April 1st, ladies and gentlemen. Mark it in your calendar. Z
April
Baby's crying
1st.
himself to sleep all day. It's
Uh,
an all day event. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that reminds me. Encounter Quest is literally one day. So if you're like, hey, I'm going to go the next day, it won't be there.
it's just one. It is one day, ain't it? Is it?
Yeah. Yeah. I think she just said it was one day.
Let's see real quick. I'm gonna look on the buy tickets because they still got tickets. Mm, yeah, it is. It's one day, April 1st from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Damn, dude, they're gonna be crammed that day.
Well,
Like,
yeah, it's
go,
going to
go,
be
go,
cool.
go.
So, yeah. Whenever you guys get the tickets, just go there. Get in early. And you don't need to. I mean, you can browse the vendors and stuff like that. There's no cost or anything.
Yeah, that's right.
But
Yeah, there's no cost. Yeah, because
but yeah,
it's
if you want to be a vendor, there is a cost. I forgot what it is, but I mean, shoot, like Jessica's, man, she has a good heart. She's really cool. And she's been personally, like, not gonna say a lot, but she's just been
Oh,
battling.
actually, no. What are you talking about? There, you can't go in for free. There is.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought, okay, misunderstood her.
yeah, yeah. Which you can go check out the vendors for free because they have that. But
Yeah,
you can
that's
go
what I
see
was
the
talking
shows
about.
for free. Yeah, so the tickets, general admission, they're $25 a piece, and then if you're military or ex law enforcement, hey, I could have used that.
Oh,
It
so
only cuts out $5, so it's actually $20. And then senior citizen Saturdays, $20,
early
and
bird special.
then Friday evening. Oh, there's actually Friday evening event with the alien hunter, so it's kind of like the VIP. It's like special events. So that's the day before. That's actually $60. Holy crap!
Golly. Well,
Because
still,
you
like,
get
those people are like
because
hard
you
to
get to
get.
hang out with the guy. They're not. There's not that much admission for it, so you got to get on it ASAP. Yeah.
Well, that's something I've definitely learned because I mean I was raised to be a penny pincher, and the older I've got, I'm like, dude, it only literally costs 20-25 bucks just to go to a certain event, which was an all day event, and with people there who are more than likely probably not going to be there again all at the same time.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, when you look at it that way, like the memories and just the time you can gain from that, and the knowledge you can take as well. Like it's just so freaking amazing. Like really, don't miss out on these events, and it's seriously in Paracon. Don't miss it because Drewski and I will be there, and I don't know. We just
I'm
really, really,
excited
really
about
want to
that one.
hear your stories and stuff like that, and give you a shout out if you feel comfortable with that, and kind of share your stories too. Maybe even have you on the podcast. But yeah, there's just so much of this stuff that needs to be brought to light, and um, there is a lot of power in numbers, and we really need to build a strong community just of
Oh, hey,
people.
look who's gonna be there. I
Who?
didn't think about that. Look who's gonna be there. Remember that guy? Oh, crap.
Oh yeah, yeah. Is that your ex? Well, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
He
was
shared
yeah.
several.
I actually get.
Dog. What was it? The Dogman thing.
Uh, I'm gonna. Oh, I should make him a Mothman painting because I didn't get him one that time at that Dogman conference when I was selling my art. I just gave him just the
Oh
Dogman.
yeah.
I'm gonna
Make
make him a
Mothman like
Mothman painting. Yeah.
because it was funny whenever you try to go sell the art or not sell, give him one of your art pieces. he was on the way out the door, and I think he thought you were gonna pick his brain for questions and stuff, but he really
Well,
wanted to smoke.
actually, no. He was
So
actually
if
no.
you have like
He
Mothman smoking a cigarette,
no. He was
in honor of him,
no. He was actually pissed because I went up to him and I was like, "Hey, man, you got a minute? Come with me." Well, he thought I said, "Hey, man, you were wrong, but do you have a minute? Come with me." Right
oh,
after he talked, so he was like, kind of like offsetting, and I'm like, "Why is this dude a jerk to me right now?" And then when we got up, and he's like, "All right, man, what do you want to say about Mothman?" I'm like, "What?" I was like, "I just wanted you to come over here because I actually wanted to give you a painting." And he's like, "Oh, dude, I'm so sorry. I just, he goes, don't worry about it, man." He goes, "I totally always get just like nut jobs right after that. Always try to down me." He goes, "I'm sorry, man." I'm like, "No, don't worry about it." He was a total cool guy, so I hooked him up with a couple paintings. But yeah, cool dude, man, really cool dude.
yeah, man, it's
And
so
then
cool people you can
the
meet.
one and only Mr. Ed, Uncle
Oh
freaking
man,
Ed,
I recognize that jaw and
Uncle
them shades
Ed.
anywhere.
I recognize that beard. Ugh.
Oh, what a lovely beard. Oh,
Yeah,
dude, yeah, it's gonna be pretty. Well, not
I
pretty cool.
can't
It's gonna be
wait.
really cool to actually meet the dude in person. The man, the myth, the legend.
Ed Brown. But yeah, I think what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a bunch of I want to make a bunch of like cards with art on them, Dogman, Bigfoot, and just pass them out. And then maybe we can have our when we did at the Dogman conference, them little scanners of our podcast.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, with the codes or whatever. Anyway, but yeah, I'm sure you guys want to come on here to talk about cryptids. So that's the reason why you're here instead of us babbling. So, all right, let's get into it real quick, man. Let's do it.
All right, good night, everybody. I'm
See
kidding.
you. Good night. All right. Okay. I'm just gonna jump into it since we have all these. Okay, when Washington and CNN and Fox came out with a mothership entered our atmosphere. Sure about that?
Now refresh me. I'm
Apparently
sure
you
I
did.
might have.
God, apparently you did. It was 2 days ago. They stated that since we're seeing all these aliens and like UFOs and stuff, one of those UFOs got shot down over in Canada,
Oh.
between Canada and Alaska. Where you been at, man? What the freak? Anyways,
Oh, my wife doesn't let me leave his closet. So
so well, you got a phone. Um, so
phone home, home phone.
yeah, so after all that happened, like 2 days ago, they said something massive entered like our galaxy, basically, and it's coming towards us. And they're
That's exciting.
thinking our satellites are thinking it's like a mothership. Independence Day.
Just pulled out my pants. All right, I'm ready.
get get strapped or get clapped.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Zuck, what do you think aliens are, man?
I definitely think they're well, two things. A demonic being,
Not
probably gonna
one,
get
but
hate for
two.
that. Um, but also like some sort of a not clone, but a, a created body for a demon. Well, actually, yeah, not as a demon still. A body for a demon to inhabit. Because in all these encounters and stuff, people like I don't know the amount of fear they have and how cold and heartless these little things can be. Literally, like and in a lot of these encounters too, they sound like they're like robots. Like their actions and how they move and all sorts of things. What about your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. Everyone says that they're extra dimensional. I think they're interdimensional. If you look at like cave drawings and then art in back in the medieval times until now, they look exactly like con cone heads, big eyes. Um, it's funny if you look at. That's what I think. I think they're interdimensional instead of extra dimensional. They've been lying to us since the beginning. They basically, when Roswell happened, when they crashed, they basically said they're from Venus. But as technology goes on, we got better with technology, which we got from them, by the way.
Hmm.
We realized that they're not from Venus, and they lied to us and said they're from Pluto, like what was it, Saturn or Mars, and then they're not from Mars. And they said, okay, we're from Pluto. Well, they're not from Pluto. And they just keep going and keep going and keep going. And then if you look at accounts in Europe and stuff back in the medieval times, when they talk about fairies, the way they talk about fairies, it's not like your winged creature. They talk about it as you basically, they say like, don't go in the forest after dark because something's going to play tricks on you, and then you're going to disappear and wake up 2 days later in the middle of the forest. Well, if you look at the whole chemical makeup of everything, they described them to a T on what a gray alien looks like now. Their their height was underneath 5 foot, which a lot of grays are underneath 5 foot. And when they abduct you, you don't remember a dang thing. You have missing time.
Hmm.
That's what we call it now. Well, back then, people would go missing in the forest and then they'd come back like 5 days later and not remember a single thing on what happened. But this states that, according to witnesses back then, they would have nosebleeds, they would
Hmm.
have hallucinations, they would have a form of PTSD, nightmares, night terrors, um, all the same chemical makeup of what we got now. But it's just a different bumper sticker slapped onto it, or what we call it now. They call them fairies, now we call them aliens. Um, but yeah, if you look at like the Babylonian times, if you look at oh man, like things like throughout history, even says in the Bible like chariots of fire, they only could explain at the context of what they could explain at that time. So right now, a chariot of fire is basically like something you ride on that's metal and it's got fire blowing behind it. Well, that's a jet,
Hmm.
that's a plane, that's a disc, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, and also too that if you look at MUFON, MUFON is a mutual UFO network. It's basically an organization that tracks and does scientific experiments and investigates when it comes to UFOs and alien abductions on people, right? They go investigate basically. So there's this guy, I'm not going to say who his name is, but he worked there for a while and he was a Christian and he talked to these certain people. And when he talked to people, a lot of people who were getting abducted, they just keep getting abducted and they keep getting visitations. And then he was talking to this one guy and he said, it just all stopped one day. And he's like, well, how did that happen? He's like, honestly, I just mentioned Jesus Christ. I was like, Jesus Christ, help me. And then everything just disappeared. Like I stopped floating and went down and then they just disappeared. And not only that, too, he's like, okay, so he brought that up to the MUFON organization he worked for, and they're like, no, 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 we're not going to go down that route. We're not going to go down that route because there's power in the name of Jesus, and there was a lot of so after that, basically, he started talking to people that he was investigating that have had alien encounters after that, and he told them, look, all this will stop if you just mention the name of Jesus Christ and if you have a relationship with Jesus, and 90% of them did it, and the abductions stopped. So one, to me, that's demonic stuff. Two, people who have been abducted and stuff, when the aliens have talked to them, they always try to change like their religion around, saying that they're the creators, they're the ones coming here to create peace and all that. Well, no offense, but to me, a freaking gray alien entering my home, abducting me, that's not peace. To me, that's kidnapping, that's stealing, that's doing whatever they want with me. And not only that, if they're trying to direct their religion away from God, that's another light bulb. Boom, that's wrong. And if you mention Jesus Christ and they bow to it and they flee from it and they go away from it, well, that's another red flag. And also, too, when it comes to the underground bases, which a lot of government agencies have, ours for one, like the Dulce base, there have been people that have worked there that signed an affidavit that's saying that you cannot mention the word Jesus Christ when you
I've heard
get
of
into
that.
the levels. If you stub your toe or anything like that, you cannot mention that name. Well, why is that? Well, according to the Bible, the name Jesus Christ has power. There's power in the name of Jesus, right? And according to, Paul, and Peter and even Jesus, like if you confront these entities or demons, you have power and authority of the name of Jesus Christ, and you use that. You have authority to beat these things.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's what I think. Aliens are demonic beings. To me, they're just Nephilim who died, or fallen angels whose bodies transformed when they left their first estate. Um, yeah, that's what I think. I know that was a long answer, but
No, well, that one needed to be explained in depth because I know a lot of people. I'm sure they come from all different backgrounds, which not everybody fully understands. So I dig it.
anyways, yeah. It says Pentagon officials suggest alien mothership entered our solar system. Yeah, and they could be sending mini probes to Earth. Hope the Earth don't have a
Ooh,
butthole.
I know. Oh, a quarter. Yeah, watch out.
But
You
yeah,
never know.
yeah, that was on Fox News, by the way. And then CNN said the same thing.
I feel like a lot of this stuff's going to be coming up. Just
Yeah, and only
for
that.
distraction.
Yeah, and it
But
talks about too in Revelations that I forgot what verse that is. I'm gonna look it up real quick because I don't want to butcher it. Oh, it talks about how man's hearts will fail them because of what's coming on the earth. Here we go. Okay, it's in Revelations, but also it's in Luke 21. Luke 21 talks about the end of days, just like in Matthew 24 talks about the end of days. Revelations. Well, in Luke 21, it talks about men's hearts will fail them for fear, for looking upon those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven will be shaken. And what's crazy is that a lot of people skip over this, but what's coming on the earth, could be catastrophes, could be asteroids, could be UFOs. To me, that's going to be like a great deception, like Project Bluebeam, right? When
mm-hmm.
aliens come down, because there's going to be a lot of people who are in different religions, Christianity, you're Muslim, Buddhist, whatever. A lot of people go off of not believing as seeing, but seeing as believing. That's what a lot of people go off of, and it's totally going to wreck them if they don't have a good relationship with Jesus, and it's going to wreck all these other religions too. Um, that when these aliens do come down and they basically state that, hey, we're your creators, we're here to help you, it's just going to be a mind blow, and that's where a lot of people are just going to be like, okay, you know.
Yeah, it's just so crazy. Because even throughout time, like just now, there have been so many places in the Bible that were before people were just like, oh, that place isn't real, but they're finding these discoveries for these cities, for example. Um, and I don't know, it's very, very interesting. And then too, when Jesus rose from the dead, they're like, man, maybe those people were on drugs. I'm like, it was 500 witnesses. Like,
Mm-hmm.
they all saw the exact same thing. Like,
Yeah, and it's not even them
somebody
too.
has
It's
to be
also
out of
like
their mind just to
Roman
go, I don't know.
soldiers and stuff too. It
It's
wasn't just
crazy,
the
yeah. And
Jews;
then,
it was other people.
yeah, it's so wild. Um, Yeah, but I'm excited for just where the podcast is going and other people and just opportunities. And especially, gosh, all the names and numbers we're gonna get from Paracon. Like, gosh, we might even be booked up weekly for a while,
And I'm just taking it day by day, bro. I'm not.
dude.
I'm the type of
I
guy
know
that's
that's the
just
way I just like to.
yeah, expect the worst, hope for the best. I'm still like in
Mm.
awe that we're still doing this, but I'm just gonna go there and just have fun, and whatever happens, happens. I'm not gonna have a
Oh yeah, that's where I'm
like
at. I'm
like to
not having a
me,
lot of.
like
I've
to me,
learned.
I'm not gonna have a goal. I'm just gonna go there just to have fun, man, and just network and just connect, hang out with people.
Yeah, me too. Like, I was joking, but serious. But I know that when I go to this event, like I'm not working up a lot of expectations. I already know it's gonna be cool, so I'm just gonna go there and enjoy myself. Finally meet Ed, Uncle Ed.
Ed, Ed, and Eddie.
That's the
Um,
beginning of the theme, I think.
let's see. And then, oh, it's gonna be another juicy one, guys. And then after that, oh, I forgot when we're gonna be interviewing Whitney. April, like the first week of April. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
yeah. You guys gonna like this one?
And this video or that podcast will
Basically,
not be on YouTube, more than likely.
yeah, we're gonna have to, yeah, because this one's gonna be like parental
It's gonna be very,
discretion
very
is
raw.
advised. We're gonna try to keep this as just as real as possible. Basically, she, in a quick note, she worked for a certain company, and then she saw a bunch of videos that dealt with sexual child trafficking, and so yeah, we're gonna talk about child sex trafficking and when it leads to basically like one percenters, presidents, famous people, aliens, the world, man. Sex trafficking is probably it's like the biggest crime in the world right now. And yeah, it needs to be stopped. But the only way I see it happen is like when Jesus comes back. So just like anything
Hmm.
else. But yeah, that one's going to be good. But she is going to be talking about that, and it's going to be as real and as raw as it can get. So don't have your kids listen to this show.
Yeah, like I don't know. I just think some of the things she brought up whenever we pre interviewed her is just crazy. Oh, um, and on another note, I'm really excited. Want to start. Uh, I know what a segue. Um, but for the opportunity for you guys to call in and just share your stories, like that option is now available, and I actually have one person who's done it, and but it's still remotely new. So I know a lot of people aren't doing it yet, but dude, it's really freaking cool. You have as much time as you need,
Yeah,
and
and
this guy's
yeah,
story, dude, is freaking. I don't know.
yeah, and not
It's
only
pretty
that,
freaky.
guys. Like honestly, like no judgment here whatsoever. We just want you guys just to tell your story. This is a place to be safe, and you guys can just vent and just tell your story on what happened and what it means to you. And we're just here to listen. And if we need advice, we'll do the best we can or help you out as best we can. But we're just here for an open ear, and we just want to hear your story. And that way, I know there's people out there that are going to relate to you. Because just letting you know, suffering in silence is the right way. It's not. You need to open up and you need to let that stuff out. So me and Z were here for you guys. So it's just
Boom.
it's just my heart to y'all.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just really cool. Like the massive weight that is lifted off your chest, your mind, your spirit, like just by sharing. You can even look at it as like a sort of confessionals. Like there was this show I used to watch when I was younger on MTV called I think The Real World, and they had this one room. All these roommates from all over. They lived in this house or whatever, and there was this one room that was dedicated to them sharing things that were on their mind or things that they
I
did.
remember that.
It was called the confessionals room or something. So yeah, just look at it as that. I mean, don't share like deep dark secrets, but if it's like an encounter or something, we really do want to hear it. Because we know we're not crazy. And yeah, just this has been going on for so long, and people just need to stop feeling like weird about it.
Yeah, let's be open and honest, guys. Speaking of that, I'll just tell you guys my. I'll just go into when I started. Um,
And that's it, ladies and gentlemen.
no, um, we're out. No, uh, how I got into it was basically when I was young. I grew up in. Okay, quick note. My my dad was a drug dealer. My mom, she did some stuff she shouldn't have. So I was born out of wedlock. So my yeah. So they both did the best they could. But anyways, they separated and yeah. Anyways, yeah. So they separated and my dad cleaned up his life and my mom she cleaned up her life and yeah. So now they're born again, God believers, but their testimonies are really good. Anyways, how I got into this, it all started with basically with the paranormal experiences, right? when me and my mom moved into my aunt's house, I used to sleep on the couch a lot, and there was a stairway in front of me that led upstairs to my room and to my mom's room. Well, I used to hear a lot of noises and stuff upstairs, so I used to feel really comfortable sleeping in the living room. Well, there was one night where, actually multiple nights, where I woke up and I seen shadow figures, shadow men walking up and down the stairs, just walking up and down the stairs, and it literally scared the hell out of me. Like, you guys ever been so scared where you couldn't move, you couldn't scream? It's like the breath was out of you, and you
Mm-hmm.
felt if you would make a noise that they would turn and they would come get you. That's where I was at. And I tried to sink into the couch as much as possible, and then I got so scared I just passed out. And yeah, so that's what happened. And then just over the years, just like a lot of like paranormal stuff. And there's this one that really freaked me out. I was sleeping on the couch. There's always something on the freaking couch. I was sleeping on the couch again, and that stairway, right? But in front of the stairway was a door. Well, we didn't have AC at the time, so we used to, back then in the early early 90s, we used to sleep with like the doors open, but it would just be a screen door would be locked. So, and like my porch light was on. So I woke up and I heard like tapping like that, and I woke up and I saw like this deformed face like at the corner of the door, like that, like how my face is, and it was just like like
Oh.
that, just like that, tapping, and I was just like, and then it went and it took off. It was gone. So it looked like a mix between. Now I was doing some research. It looks like a mix between a like a almost like a mentally handicapped kid and a rake.
Ew.
Yeah, and
Long,
like
skinny arms and legs.
and like the Elephant Man, all mixed together.
Oh.
Yeah, that sucked. So I had a lot of nightmares and dreams because of that. And after he left, I started screaming, and I knew it was real because my mom came running down. She's like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" And I just kept pointing, and she looked outside, and of course nothing was there. And then she
Tell me
shut
how
the
it goes.
door. And she shut the door. So, and then after that, I got into Bigfoot hunting as I got older because I used to go backpacking a lot with my dad, and I heard a lot of things. We actually both heard a lot of things. And then me and my wife, we were dating at the time, so her and I went to go camping by ourselves. We went with this air. We went to this area that me and my dad would always go camp at in Colorado, and we realized that nobody was there. Like, where's everybody at? It's a long road, right? Well, the campsites go against the freaking river. We kept passing by campsites. No one was there till we finally almost got to the edge. I was like 17 at the time. I got out, saw a guy who was fishing. I was like, "Hey, sir." He turns around. He has an AR strapped to him and his pistol on his side, and he's fishing. He's like, "Hey, young man." And I was like, "Whoa!" I was like, "Dude, man, what's up with the big guns? Where's everybody at?" And he's like, "You haven't heard?" I was like, "No." And he's like, "There's been some people missing around here. People have been getting attacked by animals. Yeah. So if you're camping here, just be armed up." I'm like, "Yeah, okay." So he's like, "All
Okay.
right, be careful." And then he left. So me and my wife camped at his site he was at. So we just set up, and I got the fire going, and then we were in between like this valley, and then there's the river in front and the road on the side where we were camping right there, and the spot he was fishing at, and we heard something coming down the mountain like breaking twigs and stuff. Well, I thought it was a deer until it came, and it was like 20 feet away from us. Like, the fire can only glow so far, but I just had woods around me and a river. Well, I heard something. Like when you come out of the pool, you hear that water splashing and like feet
Oh
wet.
yeah.
That's what I heard. And my wife heard that too, and she just looked at me, and I was like, "Okay, I'm just trying to bury my head in the sand." I was like 17 at the time. I was like, there's nothing there. It's just a deer." Well, then it stopped, and then I heard something else on the other side, walking on the dirt road, like someone's walking on a dirt road. But the strides were long. It wasn't like a regular person. It was like, and that was when I said, screw this. Started throwing my gear in there, and then I didn't even put out the fire. I think I went out and pissed on it real quick, and that was it. We left. Yeah, my wife was like, we were like literally so freaked out. Like we drove a half an hour, 45 minutes from the mountains area to the city, and when we were there, when we finally hit civilization, we literally had to pull over and just breathe. So yeah, and then I also had like sleep paralysis and stuff like that with the alien touching my head and like seeing Vince Vaughn, you know, yeah, ripping off his face, and it was a Grim Reaper. So yeah, a lot of stuff, man.
Oh man,
Yeah,
that's why I don't sleep. I'm like,
yeah, and it's like what 10 till 12. Well, we got about 10 more minutes. What do you think?
no, that's perfect. I was about to say
Perfect.
that's about all I have right now.
Yeah,
My brain shuts off.
I, I'm just waking up, baby.
Oh yeah, you would.
Yeah. For those of you guys don't know, I work night shift, so this is like my morning right now. Yeah. And this is Zook's. Like he's like his third wind in right now.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, guys, if you guys can just go check out Paracon any over in tennis. Or is it that again?
Maryville?
Yeah, something
Is
like
it
that.
Maryville or
Marillax. Um,
Marillac? Sounds like a Dr. Seuss town.
let me look.
Dude, I'm freaking super excited for that. I think just a lot of things are going to happen this
Are
summer.
you really? Okay, here it is.
Now I'm so upset. All right, guys and gals,
Yeah.
I repeat myself a lot when I'm
Okay,
excited about things.
it's in Morrisontown, Tennessee.
Morristown.
Morrisontown, Tennessee. Yeah. If you guys want to go April 28th or 29th, Morrisontown, Tennessee, come check out East Tennessee Paracon.
And we'll be there just for the 28th, or is it
Let's look and see what the calendar says. No, the 29th, bro. That's a
okay, the 29th?
Saturday. Yeah, the 28th is Friday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Zuck gets his dates mixed up, so it's all good.
What happens when you get older?
I know, that's why I got my girls' names tattooed on me, because I'm going to forget one day. Who are you? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I need to put my name and social here on my forehead backwards so I can see it in the mirror.
But, Zuck, you got anything else, man?
No, that's about it. I know there are many things. I'm excited. Just for Derek Gilbert's thing this Tuesday whenever it's aired. Um,
So when are you going to do that Tuesday? Guys, we always drop episodes on Tuesday, by the way, just letting you know.
yeah, we're just playing around with times. I think 10:30 is a good time, but I'm open to just whenever because I finish it before. Yeah, it depends on how busy I am, but I definitely finish it at least early Tuesday morning. So
Hey, question.
yeah.
I got a joke for y'all. I got two jokes for you guys, okay? I'm gonna
Oh
end it with
crap.
this.
I mean, yes.
What do you call a fat psychic? No? Okay.
I don't know what.
A
it's
four chin teller.
it's a best dad joke.
Alright, now here's another one. What did the blind man fall Why did the blind man fall into the well?
No, he didn't see.
You're on the right track. Because he couldn't see all that well.
Dang it. Yes. I failed.
Oh, this is a good one. What's Forrest Gump's password?
Jenny. I love you, Jenny.
No, one Forrest one.
Oh, that's classic. I actually have that on Blu-ray if you want to borrow it.
That's I already got it. Sorry, guys, COVID.
Hope
Um,
that's not contagious virtually.
anyways, that's all I got.
See me, I'm like all purple and green.
Yeah, that's all
Well,
I
I
got,
guess,
guys.
yeah, that's all I got too.
Well, whoever's hanging out, I appreciate y'all. Guys, have a blessed week. And yeah, just remember, if you guys are going through a hard time, it's just a season. It will pass. So just keep your heads up. You'll be all right.
See ya.
All right.
See you, everybody.
We still
Oh yeah, I
recording.
forgot. I was probably just gonna boot you right off.
Oh, okay.
Well, if it does, I'll see you next.